From Namek Goku to Ultra Instinct Goku, we have had so many great units in Dragon Ball Legends. Today we are going to be going through the most feared characters to ever be released in the game. Characters that made you want to put your phone down, uninstall the game and go for a walk. And at the end, I'll give my opinion on which one I think was the best. I've tried to do a mix of Ultras and Sparkings, but remember, comment your opinions below and what you would change. Starting with maybe the most aggressive unit to ever be released in the game. Every time the opponent switches, Broly gains 10% damage, card draw speed by 1 level, and gets 50% to his vanishing gauge. By your opponent switching out, they are buffing Broly up so much to let him keep his combo going. And guess what? He cannot do this one time, not 2, not 3, not 4, but stack it 5 different times. Imagine that. Gain your whole vanish back, maximum card draw speed, and gain pretty much 50% of your health. That means in a match where your opponent is rotating a lot, like Daima, the Daima team that likes to come in and out and give you paralysis, he becomes stronger, tankier, and more oppressive the longer he's on. He also was one of the units in the game at the time that had blast armor on his strike, so he can just eat through the taps and the key blast. And when you pop his main ability and you get his ultimate, by the way, which nullifies cover change for 15 counts, you gain 25% of your health and recover 50 ki. Bear in mind, you're gaining health and damage when your opponent is switching out. On top of that, you're gaining health when you press your ultimate. You can only imagine how broken and how powerful this Broly was. And the last part is really huge, the fact that he can nullify cover change, because it means that when you press that main, you can pretty much guarantee a combo to land and land the ultimate, which throws your opponent out, which counts as a swap, which means you get health and you get card draw speed and you get vanish. Plus, when he does a strike cover change, he tanks 40%, I said 50%, 40% of the incoming combo, and you can chain it with a blue card, which has a chance to feint. And believe me, that feint is going to be really helpful. He forces your opponent to not switch, because if you switch, game over. Ultra Gogeta Blue is a one-man army. 120% to damage, 1 card draw speed, and -5 to all arts cost from the start of the battle. He even begins with 40% of his unique gauge already charged, and the unique gauge, we all know about it. It's activated with a blast card, so basically you cannot blast against Gogeta. It forces your opponent to pause and wait, because every time they see you, they're not going to want to blast. When he lands a strike or a blast as well, he recovers 50 ki once per entry, letting him chain his combos longer and longer and longer. And then there's the Rising Rush ability. It activates, he gets his full vanish back and turns off enemy endurance. He's not just strong, he controls the rhythm of the game like your Sergio Busquets, forcing your opponent to stay back and not do this. Red Pan, oh my gosh, this Pan for me is probably the most annoying unit to ever be released in the game. Bear in mind, I didn't get Beast Gohan on my summons. I didn't get him almost until like a few months ago. But this Beast Gohan, this Red Pan and the Yellow Gohan, oh my gosh, this Pan was pure chaos. She didn't even do massive damage, but she's the most annoying unit you'll ever face. She makes everyone around her better and destroys your opponent's buffs. When she enters, she debuffs everything, -10 to strike and blast percent, by the way, 20% to special and ultimate, and -30% to the critical rate. And then when she's hit, she reduces your ki by 15 and adds to your sub count, especially if you have Gohan or Piccolo. She shortens it a lot more. You're losing ki by attacking her. Your combo is getting shorter by attacking her. Not to mention her main ability turns her neutral, and that green card.
Not working.
That green card is the most annoying. It might be the most annoying green card. Apart from AoE green cards, that might be the most annoying green card in the game. Just taking your ki that you worked hard for, that you charged up, she just takes it away. But the real value comes post combo. After your opponent finishes attacking, she heals your whole team by 5%. Give them 30% damage and cancels any debuffs. That's a massive team utility. She turns games around by ruining your enemy's momentum and restoring yours, followed by that blue Gohan, which I spoke about in my other video as one of the most, probably the most broken unit in the game ever. Next we have Namek Goku. This might be my favorite unit in the game ever. I mean, he's your classic clutch last man unit, the last defender on the line that can run both offense and defense. A veteran who gets better the longer he's on the field. Think about your Steph Currys, your Luka Modric. This is Namek Goku. The longer he stays out, the more damage he racks up to 70% based on time held. When your allies are eliminated, he gains 50% health and additional damage, turning him into a one-man comeback. And the most important part of this unit, Lucas is a counter that crushes anything it connects with, apart from of course a rising rush and a tap. And it is deadly because a lot of the time nowadays, opponents that weren't playing back in the day forgot about this ability. So when you're standing there and you're waiting, your opponent doesn't know he's about to get one shot. I mean, at this point your opponent just has to stay back and wait for the rush, and his green card can spin you out of the game while giving Goku damage and vanish. Defensively, he enters with a 40% cut for 5 counts and gets ki when he vanishes. His ki recovery and art cost reduction after 10 counts also helps extend his combos, but once he's the last man standing, efficient, powerful and lethal. I mean, this Ultra Rose was absolutely a monster. I mean, he starts with 120% damage like Ultra Gogeta, 65% defense and -10 to strike cost, and 3 times 10% damage received on the enemy. That's a full package before the game even begins. If he enters with less than 50% health, he destroys 3 enemy cards, draws a green card, and locks their main abilities. That can completely flip a match. And then every time he's faced with an enemy, he gets 5% heal, 25 ki, and 1 card draw speed for 10 timer counts. It's like he wakes up after each switching. And the most annoying part of this unit, one of the first units to be able to do this, he can cycle multiple ultimates in a match. And you know how much damage ultimates do, let alone from an ultra unit, so you can pretty much never ever feel safe. And recently he just got his unique equipment, and I've been seeing him a lot more in PvP, and trust me, he's becoming an issue. And this old yellow Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is a tactical unit. He isn't explosive, but his lockdown tools is incredible. When he enters, he reduces damage by 50% on 2 occasions. On cover change, he steals a Dragon Ball and boosts your strike damage. The part I like most about this Gohan, especially during the time where he was used a lot in PvP, was his main ability. You get to lock your opponent in for 15 counts and set him right up for that trap, because guess what? When the main ability activates again, you get a blue card and ki, which pretty much guarantees a blue card hit when you lock your opponent in. Back in this day, he was lethal, dangerous, and one of those units that with a Zenkai soon, I would definitely be using him a lot in my teams. I mean, anyone who was playing the game at the time knows what I'm talking about, not to mention his damage output too, and the fact that you could use him on that Sagas from Movies team. Goodness me, he needs a Zenkai soon, and when he's using it, trust me, we will be there. Finally, the unit that some of you have been waiting for, LF Red Ultra Instinct Goku, the guy that effortlessly glides past your opponents, like Neymar gliding past defenders, like Kyrie Irving with his handles. I mean, his unique gauge lets you auto dodge anything, and every time he uses a card, he builds it up. Like, you can literally start the game, put your phone down, go for a walk, come back, and this Goku would have dodged everything. Your opponent can launch 2 and 3 attacks before they even land a hit on this Goku. I mean, he's literally playing the game for you. He starts with 90% damage, a 50% cut and card draw speed, and when he enters, he gets 50 ki, another 40% to damage, and every vanish 20 ki and 20% to the next art. And when 2 allies fall, I mean, he just revives completely, 40% heal, refills his gauge, and becomes an end game cheat code with endurance. I mean, he's built to clutch. When others crack under pressure, he floats. The more desperate your opponent gets, the better he is. Not to mention, he can auto counter the impacts where you have to time your taps. He can just auto counter it. You don't even need to get a high number. What's the point? You can just win every single one. Now, when this Goku, if he ever gets a Zenkai, game over. I don't think he'll get one soon, but if he ever gets one, game over, because it's like you don't need too much skill to really play with this Goku. I mean, anyone can put this red MUI Goku on their team, already get a few hits from your opponent, depending on how much the counter attack does. The ultimate does huge damage. The blue card, a long range Kamehameha, and of course his auto dodge. He's built to clutch. Personally, out of all these units I mentioned, I like Blue Namek Goku the best. But remember, comment your thoughts, any units you think I missed out or what you would change, and thank you for watching.